Hi, Sharon. Thank you for having me today. This is such an honor, and so thank you for reaching out to me. My name is Delia Joseph, and I am the CEO of Improveology Lifestyle Coaching. I call myself an improvologist, and the reason I actually made up the name Improveology, but now it's out there. And the reason I chose Improveology is because we always like to improve ourselves, right? And so ology is the study of, and so I just put the two words together, Improveology, and I call myself an improvologist. I help you improve yourself. And my practice revolves around helping people get unstuck, stop holding themselves hostage to the past, because that's where a lot of anxiety and stress come from, and that's from holding yourself hostage to the past, of thinking of things that occurred in the past and replaying them in your mind, and they're not actually happening now. So I help people focus on what they actually want for themselves or desire for themselves. I help people to love themselves. I help them to fly, and fly stands for first love yourself, because until you can love yourself, you really can't really love somebody else. So
that's awesome. I really appreciate the strengths-based approach, just because you're able to focus on positive aspects of the individual.
I came from England in the 60s, and coming to Canada and coming to a place where the area that we lived in, there was no one that looked like me. And so they probably never even saw a Black person before. And so I was treated not very kindly. So feeling dismissed, feeling invisible. And coming from England, of course, we're a bit ahead. And so in education, because I had a heavy English accent, no one really understood me. And so no one wanted to play with me. When you feel like that and you grow up feeling that way, it's not a great place to be. And so I can recognize that in other people, where they feel, not valued, if they feel, invisible. I can recognize that in people. And so I like to help people take them from that state of mind and bring them in the present, and focus on, what do you really desire to have happen in your life. And so that intuition, when you keep talking about, things that happened, and things that are not going right with you, then you tend to focus on that, and you get more of that. The law of attraction, I'm sure everybody's heard about that. Whatever you focus on, you attract more of, right? So that works with the negative, right? But it also works with positive. So why not turn that around and focus on what you desire in your life? And, one of the questions that I ask people are, what do you desire in, say, a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now? And when we talk about that, people light up. They are a little bit hesitant because they're not sure whether or not they can achieve that. And that's where the action plan comes in. That's where we co-create together and look at the steps that we can take in order to achieve what you desire. So I like to learn from people. And what I know for sure, and I'm sure everyone knows this as well, everything that we're doing now, we didn't actually, invent it. It's been around for years. Everybody just puts a different spin on it. So I'm always interested in what other people are doing, because, and I look at it through a lens of being interested, so that I can come up with different ways of doing it as well. So I don't look at people as being competitors. I admire people who are doing the same thing that I'm doing, or doing it in a way that attracts people. So I'm always wondering, okay, how do they do that? And looking at ways that I can implement that differently, in my business as well.
Thank you.
You could be anywhere doing this, on line. You could be in Africa. You could be in Canada, in the States. I think you just attract the right people at the right time. I love working with both men and women. As I work with midlife transitioners who feel frustrated, feel stuck, feel unworthy. what I do is I help them to eliminate those negative thoughts that no longer serve them so that they can live a more fulfilled, happier, carefree, confident lifestyle. Okay. So the ideal client would be a person that is feeling unworthy, feeling invisible, feeling stuck. They want to move forward in life and just don't know where to start.
Okay.
And so I would help them with their ability to move forward through skills and through tools and a strategy, a plan, a blueprint, where we can really look at exactly where they are now, where they want to go to, and then fill in that gap. And it's all individual.
That's awesome. So age doesn't matter.
You know, for me, age doesn't matter. I know when you're in this field, you're supposed to pick an age between, I don't know, 30 and 50. I do have clients that are teenagers, and my oldest would be about 72. So I have a range, but most of my clientele really is around 30 to 45.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My next question for you is, what is one of your greatest lessons that you have learned as an entrepreneur?
Wow, what is the greatest lessons? I think one of the things that I learned more about myself, actually, and what my gifts and skills are so that I can share it with the world. And so that's been the best part of being an entrepreneur. And what I also like about my entrepreneur, it attracts people from all walks of life in terms of different ethnicities. So I don't just, deal with just Black women or Black men. I deal with people from different parts of the world in terms of Asian, Black, Aboriginal, white. And so I love my practice that it attracts different people from different places. So it's a beautiful thing. And then I get to learn from them as well. So it's great. I think my long-term goal for 2020 is to be doing this full-time. I actually do this part-time. So in the daytime, I work as a mediator. And in the evening, I do my practice part-time. So 2020, I believe that I'll be doing this full-time and traveling all over the world.
Awesome.
My short-term goal for the remainder of the year would be to be more visible online. Right now, I'm more local. And I think I'm going to start putting myself out there. And this is the first step in terms of being here with you. So
yes, thank you so much for your time and just to have you share with our community. Thank you.